Many of the students at Brophy College Preparatory look up to the staff for both guidance and inspiration. An alumni of Xavier College Prep, Mrs. Novak is a guidance counselor at the school who has served as an influential figure to both the students and her own co-workers. Today we will be speaking to her co-workers about how she has contributed to the school community through her passion for her job as a counselor. When did you first meet Mrs. Novak?
I started at Brophy 5 years ago, and Mrs. Novak was the administrative assistant for the counseling department. So actually her office was connected with mine, so we were pretty good neighbors for the first 2 or 3 years that I was here.
What was your first impression of her?
She's extremely student-friendly. I think that's the biggest impression. She makes students feel comfortable, she's welcoming, pretty honest with them too, I think, which is a nice thing.
Okay. Do you have any favorite funny stories with Mrs. Novak?
Well, one, I wasn't involved with this one directly, but she was on a retreat, actually, a female faculty staff member retreat up in Manresa. And I think she went into the closet that had all the vestments where the priests wear, and she was dressed up in vestments one time. So that was pretty fun.
Next, we will be talking with Mrs. Novak about her career at Brophy. Can you tell us about the Volkswagen story?
Yes, I was a senior at Xavier, and I was actually in class when a Brophy student asked if he could borrow my car, which was not uncommon to do so. And he actually drove my car down the breezeway of Xavier, and the nuns, for some reason, thought that I had done it, and I was actually suspended until they sorted it out and realized that it was not me who had done that. A prankster, but I didn't do anything really naughty, as I know some people might think. But I didn't. I was a little mouthy.
What is your favorite memory so far from working at Brophy?
Oh, let me think about that for a minute. Probably one of my accomplishments that I'm most proud of is a student came to me. I used to work with we called it the Gay Straight Alliance at the time, and I worked with gay students, and his parents had decided to disown him and not allow him around any family members or and he was a very bright kid, and they decided not to pay for college, so we got together and had him emancipated, and he therefore was able to file a FAFSA and get money to pay his way, and he was admitted with a full ride to MIT, and the only thing he had to come up with was spending money. He actually graduated from MIT and went on to graduate school at Stanford, and that's where he is today. So that was huge, because a lot of tears for me, a lot of wanting to just slap the parents, and a lot of having to really learn how to negotiate on behalf of the student and put my own emotions aside. So that was one of my it's always gratifying here, because the boys are so grateful, and anything we do for them is a wonderful thing, whether it write recommendations or be here if their mom is really ill and they just need a place to cry and they don't know where else to go. It's really an awesome place to be.
Because of her noteworthy personality, other Brophy staff members have made lasting memories with her. But because of her courage and love for her job, Mrs. Mary Novak has motivated and changed the lives of her students in different ways. Because of this, she is a true leader and distinguished member of the Brophy community.